Okay. Oh, yeah. Good morning. And it is still morning. But yeah, we're getting closer to the afternoon, so there is that. It's February 2021. My God, that is terrible. And it's still COVID time. That's just a little bit scary. Just one of my many favorite evidences, plural, for evolution is endogenous retroviruses in the genome. In other words, viral DNA from viruses that has inserted itself into the genome of a species. And once this DNA is inserted into a species population, it is inherited by every descendant of that population. Every single one gets the same ERVs. So we have a certain group of ERVs that we share with chimps. And we and chimps have certain ERVs that we share with gorillas. And we and chimps and gorillas have certain ERVs that we share with primitive monkeys. And we and chimps and gorillas and primitive monkeys have certain DNA that we share in common with the most basic of all mammals, and so on down the road. And this trail of DNA and ERVs within the DNA is quite literally impossible to have unless you have a line of descent. So humans are descended from the same ancestor as chimps. Chimps and humans are descended from the same ancestor as gorillas. Chimps, humans, and gorillas are descended from the same ancestor as our most primitive monkeys. Chimps, humans, gorillas, and primitive monkeys are descended from the same ancestor as basically all mammals. And this goes back to the pre-mammalian characteristics when our ancestors were not yet mammals, but were only proto-mammals. And we find that there is a whole whack of ERVs that we share with reptiles because of that. And ERVs, the frequency of ERVs and the placement of ERVs within the genome, because it can't just be willy-nilly, well, we have ERVX over here and chimps have ERVX over there, so that proves it. No, it doesn't. They have to be in the same place in the genome. And that is the slam dunk for evolution. Next popular favorite evidence, comparative anatomy. It's wonderful. Humans and chimps are sufficiently close anatomically that, yes, we resemble each other skeletally. And this works its way back through from apes to monkeys, from monkeys to mammals, from mammals to tetrapods, from tetrapods to vertebrates, animals with backbones, and on back to chordates, animals with a notochord, a spinal cord, but not necessarily a backbone. Comparative anatomy is yet another pretty strong indicator, although not the powerful slam dunk that ERVs are. And then, of course, there's the fossil record. And the fossil record is wonderful. It's better than comparative anatomy, although not quite as thorough a slam dunk as shared ERVs. But these three evidences, shared ERVs, comparative anatomy, and the fossil record, together make really a solid slam dunk for evolution. Of course, then there's also the observation of evolution. We have observed evolution taking place in the laboratory, on farms, in the wild. We've observed evolution taking place in the wild. This has been observed. This is documented. This is not, I wonder what if. This is, holy crap, look at that. Yeah. And that's evolution happening right before the eyes of observers and researchers of every sort. So no, the creationist claim that there's no evidence of evolution is bull. It is refuted bull. Something to think about, don't you think? That the creationists have to resort to such a dishonest statement as to claim that there is no evidence of evolution, despite the fact that the evidence is, let's face it, overwhelming. Well, in any case, young earth creationism is not Christianity, and evolution is not a threat to Christianity. So maybe young earth creationists should reconsider some of their ideological position and maybe examine the facts as they exist. Have a nice day.